ding 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 ding. Do 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 do. Yegs and bacon, gonna see what's shaking, 'cause there ain't no faking here on Yegs and Bacon. Yegs and Bacon.
No. I mean, yes, like Max is very good. But also, despite what it said, we did not write that. I'm kind of like throwing the boy under the bus.
Yeah, he is a good intern. I will give him that.
Yeah.
So hello. Welcome to Yegs and Bacon. My name is Danica.
My name is Brandon. Waloo.
Waloo.
I know I talked about this last week. Two things, really. I'm very excited because Hans has agreed to call in. He's going to call in a little bit later. He's actually kind of like in the wings, so to speak, which is really nice of him to kind of wait.
Mm-hmm.
But I might have to leave for a meeting. Like, it was a long day, and it's just sort of one of those things. So I really hope I get to talk to him, but it's hard to talk to friends these days with like kind of COVID stuff going on. So
it is, yeah.
So really hope to talk with Hans Gruber Anderson later today. But regardless if I'm here or not, he will be, so that's cool. Mention some questions. We only have two so far, really. But he wants to answer some of your questions about life, about love, about comics, maybe. I mean, storytelling, probably. Honestly, he is a storyteller, so
yeah.
So we kind of decided a little bit, especially because it's more of a Brandon-centric single issue week right now. It's a very weird single issue comics week. I'll be taking the bulk of the single issues, especially because I might have to leave early. So, all right. Panic.
That was me.
Panic. I'm very excited about Erratic. It's the new story from Carrie Andrews, who has actually borrowed the talents of one Blanc, but we'll talk about that kind of shortly. Erratic is basically kind of like a new kind of Spider-Man-y type story. Nice superhero style tale, and quite honestly, Carrie Andrews, he's a solid dude telling really good superhero stories. Case in point, a few years back, he actually did a story called
Renato Jones.
Yeah, Renato Jones.
Oh, you're bringing up the Renato Jones story. Okay.
Yeah. And after the first volume was out, one of our customers was like, hey, would I like this? And Danica thought to herself and said, how do you feel about anarchy? I was so tickled by this, I kind of tweeted it. Carrie Andrews was on Twitter at that point in time and basically mentioned, hey, can I steal that? So if you look at the second volume, the reason why it says, how do you feel about anarchy? Is because of this young lady. Pretty cool, right?
It felt very cool, especially since when the first single issue of the second art came out, it was months later, and I had completely forgotten. And then I opened it up, and it's not only a wraparound cover, it was in the double page spread
in the middle. Yeah,
I think I screamed. It was great.
It's so cool. Very, very happy about that.
Yes. I am just gonna make a comment because my hair has changed color. Yes. Yes, Kate, the hair dye came in. I ordered it from Seattle, and now I have green hair.
He's so wonderful.
Very excited, very in love with it.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people saying hi. We also say hi.
Hi.
And yeah, I do want to mention though more specifically that if you do sort of enjoy Spider-Man style tales, but would like none of the baggage, this is what you want. Very good. And Paul Pearson says, what did you miss? almost nothing. If you stick around, Hans Gruber Anderson is going to be around later. I might not be. We'll find out because I got a meeting. It's unfortunate. The Marvel Snapshots series continues with Civil War by Saladin Amnad. For those of you who don't know, these snapshots are kind of one-off stories that really do focus on sort of smaller people in these bigger events, and or at least tangentially related to characters. So it's very personal, kind of like Marvel's itself, which was sort of about a photographer's stance on like these big events happening, and all of them are absolutely wonderful. And kind of get to the core of like what these heroes and what these events would actually mean for a person. And Saladin Ahmed actually doing this one actually fits really well because Civil War was about like people's rights and whatnot, and I think he's probably got a few things to say about that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you like a big Venom story, kids?
Ooh.
This thing has been building for 2-3 years. So King in Black is a little self-explanatory for the folks who are into it. Outside of that, it's a big space alien god war involving symbiotes. If something like that interests you, like big old Venom stuff happening across the Marvel Universe, definitely check that out. There's so many covers. I just brought home 2. MODOK. Dude got a big head. Also, this one is written by the co-creators of the upcoming Hulu, whatever it airs on up here, TV show of MODOK. It gonna happen and it gonna be good. Kate asks, is Silver Surfer in there? I'm assuming for King of Black, at least eventually, because Cosmic. I haven't read this issue specifically yet, but I can guarantee, especially because Silver Surfer Black was a big part of it. So yes. Well, hi.
Oh yeah. So I know nothing about Overwatch because I'm not a big gamer.
Neither.
Not because it sucks or anything. There's actually too much good stuff. But Overwatch, comic styles, is written by Mariko Tamaki and has art by Babs Tarr. So I'm definitely gonna check this one out.
Yeah, Mariko Tamaki, you might know her from almost every other week on this show.
Oh my gosh, yes, we love her.
Doing graphic novels, is actually curating a line of LGBTQ graphic novels for some major publisher, and does some just amazing comic book work. Babs Tarr, last seen on Motor Crush, also known for Batgirl of Burnside, with Brendan Fletcher and some asshole. That dude was bad. He did bad things to people.
Let's not talk about that then.
Nope.
Don't give
That's
him
all you
airtime.
need to know. The Union! It was supposed to come out during Empire. It's coming out during King in Black. It's what's happening in the UK. Paul Grist is writing it. If the not one true Andrew, the second false Andrew?
Oh no!
He actually might like that. The second false Andrew. You know who you are.
One Andrew only tells the truth. One Andrew only tells lies. You two get to fight over which one you want.
Exactly.
There he is. There's Andrew.
There he is. The second false Andrew. Mr. Christopher Andrew Foley. Very excited about the Union. Paul Grist writes amazing and draws amazing superhero stories with very British flair. We were actually, all of us, discussing Paul Grist earlier this week and his wonderful Jack Staff series. He also does Kane, which is more of a crime series. And and also Mudboy. Jack Staff and Mudboy really should be collected better. This is on you, world. Be better. He just has this wonderful take on superheroes. It's coming to the Marvel Universe. A nice British flair. A little hint of big comics business and hopefully it's all gonna come together quite nicely. I'm so excited to read this, and also this Paul Grist cover. Oh goodness, folks! Yeah. Also, a cool thing about the Paul Grist stuff is he plays a little bit with the medium, as he did in some of his books, where a character would be like, "Hey, don't turn this page. If you do, it'll irrevocably change what's happening," and you turn it, and the act of doing it actually affects the story, because he's that kind of guy. Love it. Mudman was a man and not a boy? The second false Andrew. Goodness. Also, thank you for the correction. It is appreciated. Fantastic Four Road Trip. It's another one of the one-shots of the Fantastic Four that's been coming out. This one is a little bit notable because it's got Christopher Cantwell writing it. The back and forth between always messes me up between the cameras. He has been doing the Doctor Doom book. So I don't know if Doctor Doom has anything to do with the Fantastic Four. It's hard to say. But also the art by Philip Andrade, who I really enjoy. It's going to be a fun, apparently body horror book. So if you like body horror and what's
oh my god, okay.
You want to do the Fantastic Four.
Put this. Andrew says, if I recall correctly, the character telling you not to turn the page chastises the reader for not listening to them. Which makes sense.
They sure do. They yell a lot.
Yeah, we were losing you into the screen, so.
I was just.
Yes.
So handsome. So handsome. Oh right. Yeah, it is very much like that, actually, the monster at the end of the book. I adored that when I was a wee bairn. Right. Right. I need to speed up this, so because I'm gonna miss Hans. It's not good. No, stop talking. Okay. Knock 'em Dead. A new Elliot Hall, who is really fantastic at doing sort of like dark crime things and horror stuff. Weird crime horror stuff. It does actually have a very, very, very similar take to Joe Hill book from earlier this year, which my brain should no work.
Which one?
The one about the comedian earlier this year, about the murders and the comedian. That this book is like.
Dying is easy.
Dying is easy. That's the one.
I feel like you're disintegrating on screen, and I'm worried.
It's hard times. I'm trying to go through these so quick.
Okay, I'm not stopping you.
I know you're not, but my brain is panicking. A panic brain.
It's fine. All right, what's next? We have a one-shot. We have the next. I'm just going to take it. Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Wonder Woman, War of the Gods. So that looks like it ends well for Superman. Whoops.
Yeah, as with all the Dark Multiverse tales, it is a darker story. But Vita Ayala is writing this. Very excited for them.
Oh yeah, they're such a great writer.
And if you want some darkness in your DC, again, these are super wonderful. Not a new one, but a shiny second print. Oh, Giga. I love the first issue of Giga. Partly because it's basically about, hey, what if giant mechs invaded, stomped everybody, and then stopped working, apparently. And you know what? Quite honestly, accurately, some religions would form around them, and they'd be used for various shelters, and some people would sort of take advantage of the situations. Humans, super great. I highly, highly recommend this series. It's so good. And Alex Pecknadel, as we discovered from talking with one of the folks in charge of Vault, actually has a degree in like religion studies. So kind of really knows what he's talking about in this kind of thing. So Also really liking all of the comments that are happening through here. I super love it.
Yeah, it's like a show within a show. I like it. All right, let's move on to the collections and the hardcovers.
Danica's going to take most of this because, cutting it close for me. But I'm super excited about the new No Events Guyver. This is more of a slice of life thing. No Events Guyver is my Vance Guyver.
He's the one true Vance Guyver.
One true Vance Guyver. Very self-deprecating, amazing storyteller. This one is very much about kind of slice of life, humanity, and goodness me, if you have any kind of anxiety, if you like sort of like very personal tales, I highly recommend grabbing some No Events Guyver. He actually has one about being a kid. He has a book called Phantom Bukowski about being a super pretentious indie comics creator. And because he's an indie comics creator, he's also very poor. And he's just like, razor sharp. And yes, that Taz, correct. It is Junkos. Junkos.
You were a 90s kid, but you weren't that good at being a 90s kid.
No, I was a Central Alberta 90s kid, so my jeans were Wranglers. Thank you.
All right.
Lambley's Western Wear, LAMMLES. Bam!
This is my life.
Would end poorly. There would just be water just dripping down front. And again, meetings, so that would be bad.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to take over. I'm going to do the collections and all that. And I want you to just show me which button to press when Hans is ready, because I don't actually know and you didn't tell me.
You're correct.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you just need to click add to stream there.
Thank you. Okay.
Because he's sitting waiting in our green room.
Yes. Just want to make sure. So, okay. All right. This is in no particular order.
The second false Andrew, I wish. He says you're high. It's not happening.
Yes, this is legal now, Andrew. It is. Brandon's just super awkward.
Yeah, it's kind of my whole deal.
All right. So are you gonna get to your meeting? Or are you gonna stick for these?
I've got about 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna stick around.
All right. I was trying to kick him off the show, but it just didn't work.
I want to see if I can stick it to the end. I do want to say hi to Hans. But we'll see how far you get.
All right. So next up is volume 9. Excuse me. Of Raven Pirate Princess. And so if you don't know anything about this and you're like, why is she even talking about a volume 9 of something? It's because I need to school you. It is literally about an awesome pirate crew of awesome ladies of all sexualities and heights and races and attitudes.
Body types. Yeah.
It's so great.
Oh my goodness.
Love it.
It's gone more volumes than Princeless right now.
Yes. Yeah, this is the spinoff.
And oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, what's Princeless about?
Oh, Princeless is about, whoops, my phone is on. No, your computer's on. Princeless is about a young princess going to save all of her sisters who have been placed in castles by their very traditional father. So she goes out, she gets a dragon, she rescues her sisters, she doesn't wait for a prince, and they have adventures. And in volume 3 of that one, you meet Raven Pirate Princess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty great. I like it.
Super, super wonderful. Highly recommend just checking out even the first one, really.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do it up.
All right. Let's see. I don't know anything about this one, so let's find out together. Trece, Murder on Ballot Drive.
Yeah, it's one of 2 from Ablaze this week, although I don't think I brought the other one home. But you know what? That's going to be fine.
Okay. All right. When the sun sets in the city of Manila, don't you dare make a wrong turn and end up in that dimly lit side of the metro where blood-sucking aswang run the most wanted kidnapping rings, where gigantic capre are the kingpins of crime, and magical encantos slip through the cracks and steal your most precious possessions. When crime takes a turn for the weird, the police call Alexandra Tracé. Ooh, okay.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm digging it.
Yeah, Ablaze
Ooh,
does do a
yeah.
lot of sort of Euro books that they kind of like move over here. So
Yeah.
very exciting.
All right. So we have a hardcover of Alien, the original screenplay. I don't think I need to explain that.
It's basically, hey, they took the original screenplay to Alien, not the one that actually got out there, adapted it to comics, and boom, this is what you have. I will note that because Dark Horse is losing the license, this might be your only chance to get this book. Because at end of December, they can't really sell any more of the books. So,
Yep.
Get
Get it while it's hot. I have the hiccups.
Kate, we can put King of Black in your file.
Yes. Next up is Mirka Andolfo's Mercy, which is about a very pretty lady who's a very monstrous beastie who eats people.
Yeah. Oh, and Mirko Andolfo's art, of course, is super, super gorgeous and luscious.
Yes.
We really enjoy her. What else did she do again?
She did Unsacred and
Unnatural,
which is where you might know her from.
Indeed. This is one I will talk about before I really do have to go, unfortunately. So apologies to everybody. And please send my regards to Hans, of course. Very excited about Killiman. This is a new Steve Orlando graphic novel, one of the first Aftershock sort of softcover graphic novels that they've done. I'm so excited about this because it reminds me a lot of Crude. Crude was one of the first books we did for the Men Under the Masks, I believe it's called.
It's your group.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. But
The Man Under the Mask.
Men Under the Mask, I think. Book group, basically about confronting masculinity in pop culture. And Crude was basically about it's kind of like a revenge story about a man who is kind of trying to reconnect with his son who ends up getting killed partly because that he rejected him for his sexuality and all this kind of stuff that's happening in this kind of Russian community. A phenomenal thing. This is somewhat very similar. Killiman. James Bellier is a celebrated mixed martial art star at the top of his game until he's outed as gay by a rival fighter. Abandoned by his training camp, his endorsements, his fans, and his sport, to regain his title shot, James is forced to turn to the last person he ever thought he would, Xavier Maine, a legendary fighter in his own right, and the man James watched kill his father in the ring. There's a lot happening here. Of course, I'm going to like a fight book. And of course, I'm going to like a book that's just basically about kind of feeling who you are against all the odds and just kind of like pushing through. And I think books like this, especially for folks who need some heroes to identify with, very, very helpful. Crap, right. 8:35. Yeah, I've got like 10 minutes to get to my meeting. So I've got to take off right now.
Okay.
Sorry. Again, send my best Hans.
All
and
right. Careful. Okay, well, let's take over. This will be fun. Never done the show alone, so we'll see. I've got a couple books left, and then I guess we'll figure out. All right, so I've got the COVID Chronicles. And
Yeah, sorry.
okay. All right. An illustrated feature chronicling 10 personal accounts of life and death from the front lines of COVID-19. These true stories from journalist Ethan Sachs are brought to vivid life by Dalibor Talajic. Yes, so, all right. So there's that. So a beautiful, but likely sad anthology. Last but not least, we've got the hardcover for Wonder Woman Dead Earth. This was a really cool one. It's written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson. And it's thousands of years in the future. Wonder Woman awakes to find a post-apocalyptic world with kaiju she must fight. All of her heroes, basically fellow heroes, gone, dead centuries ago. And it's very sad, and she has to fight. But yeah, I like it. Oh yeah, and so here's the back. She failed. So I really did like that one. This was one of my favorites of Black Label. It's a good read. If you like, even if you don't like Wonder Woman, if you like a really good post-apocalyptic story with kaijus, I mean, sometimes those things don't usually go together. All right. Oh, one more thing. This was really good. So I read. I just wanted to mention that number 2 of Red Atlantis is out. I really liked the first one, and it's from Stephanie Phillips, so I like her stuff. All right. Okay, so, all right, are you ready? Let's see if we can go to Hans. All right. Hello, Hans, are you there? Oh, hello. Hi,
Can you hear
sweetheart.
me? I can hear you very clear.
How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. I'm here back in Germany. The COVID means I cannot visit anymore. I must stay. Which is fine. I get to talk to my good friend Angela, and we have the most wonderful conversations.
Oh, do you mean Angela Merkel?
Please, we don't try and do the fancy things. We're friends. That is why I call her Angela and why I make everyone call me Hans Gruber Anderson. Because we are not friends.
Okay. All right. Well, so what else have you been doing since you got home?
Well, here in Germany, we don't have a whole lot to do because we are always dealing with the sadness, which is part of German soul. It is a very part of existence. And so sadness with isolation really just makes things so much harder. But you know how it is. We persevere and we remember the things of the past, and so we care about the people. Because when you don't care about the people, the bad things happen. Germans know.
Oh my. That is quite dark, Hans.
Well, yes, apparently everyone else forgets.
No, I don't disagree. Well, on to brighter things. It's really great to have you back on the show. And I just wanted to, I believe you brought a story this time. Are you doing the story or the Q&A first? Would you prefer?
We'll go with the questions first.
Okay. All right. Do you have them on your end? No?
I do not. I believe they might be somewhere in like the little bars, maybe the bars.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's start with Sean. He asked, schnitzel or spatzel?
Sean, I do like your name. It's very good to yell. Sean! It is a very important part of German culture to be able to yell the words. A very beautiful language.
Mm-hmm.
Spätzle is insulting to me. Okay? Schnitzel. Schnitzel is part of the soul. It is a delicious part of German culture, much like the Pausenbrot, which is the hot dogs and sausages that you eat during the break time. Pausenbrot.
Okay.
Look
All
it
right.
up. It is real.
Yes, I'm sure. Kate would like to know when your birthday is.
My birthday is in the cold months. I remember feeling cold and just trembling as a wee baby, for I have memory dating back to birth. It was a lot of screaming and a lot of confusion. I did not know how to work the limbs, but the awareness, that was the hardest part. For you knew you had limbs, and you knew you need to work them, but you cannot walk, and you cannot grab, and so you're just reaching out into the void, thinking, why wouldn't it be good for this to work? And it does not. Very sad. By specific day, I would say probably January. All of January.
Oh, okay. So you're a birthday month kind of guy. All right. All
It was a
right.
very long birth.
I'm sure. Well, Paul asks, do you have plans for Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve is a very interesting German tradition. So what we do is we end up sitting around in circle and staring. And we all just stare and we go, what do you want for Christmas? Really not a great time to ask the question, but it is tradition because you cannot leave circle to grab them what you want for Christmas. The goal is to get it right and to do so beforehand so that you have it ready. You just sit in circle and scream, what do you want for Christmas? And then, if you're very lucky, you do have it correct, which is very nice. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you do for Christmas Eves?
Oh, well, I plan to spend some time with the cats because they don't have to work. So probably turn on the fireplace on Netflix and get some hot cocoa going and snuggle with the cats.
Does the cat they scream?
One of them screams.
They must be German.
Maybe. She's a Maine Coon, so her breed is from Europe.
Very true, yes. I wish to meet this cat one day. Maybe after all of COVID. I am definitely in Germany.
Yeah, no, you should definitely come back to Canada. And, if you don't have to quarantine by that point, yeah, we can definitely hang out and I can introduce you to all the cats.
Yeah, it would be wonderful, yes.
Actually, that brings me to my question. Do you have any pets?
I have 3 pets. One is a mink. Partially because it's so fun to say, hello, mink. You're very vivacious today. It is Aloysius the mink. Very nice. I also have a young kinder that is very much like one of yours, called Sven. That is not a German name, but also fun to yell. It is good to yell the names. And also, I have a pit of darkness that I like to call Void.
Oh, so you have a black cat.
Yeah. But you know how it is a little trite, but yell into the void. So I basically pick the kinder up and put her face here and scream. She, I don't know, is like okay with it. But mostly I get scars. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. You're kind of I think wherever your parents were from, their accent comes out when you get excited. Because it changed a little bit.
Apparently, a little Germany and a little Italian, but not real Italian, fake Italian.
So you have like a little Italy somewhere in Germany?
I believe that is what my father said.
Oh, no. No, Hans, that is rude. That is rude. Moving on. Kate says, what have you read lately, Hans?
Really, I don't like to read, for it clogs up the storytelling mind. You fill up with other people's stories. And it really clogs up your own creativity. To say,
Okay.
you read about a little gingerbread boy who walks around and is like, hello, I am minor gingerbread boy. And you think to yourself, well, that would be a good story, but what if it was sadder and he got eaten? And then people get upset, for you're taking childhood joy and taking it away from them. They don't like it, especially these days. I don't understand it. Germans love it. Angela particularly likes it when terrible things happen, but mainly to horrible peoples. So, we're friendly like that.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, it looks like we're out of questions. Would you like to read your story?
I would not like to read it. I would like to feel it.
Okay, all right. Well, I will take a step back. I think I can do this.
Once there was a young boy who was wandering through the woods. He thinks to himself, boy, the woods, they happen to be wonderful. They're dark. They're filled with secrets. Secrets I might discover and use against my enemies. But the young boy discovers no secrets. He discovers a house made of flesh. Now, a boy discovering a house made of flesh might think to himself, boy, that is not good. And this boy did. He thought to himself, no, I do not want to hang out in a house that is made of flesh. But as he walked by, the door opened, and a young woman says, hello, welcome to my flesh house. The boy says to her, phrasing is not good. And the young woman says, whatever is a house made of flesh? Would you like to wander in? And he said, no, thank you. And the woman said, fair enough. I don't get very many takers. And so the boy walked along through the woods, and he made it to the other side, which is to say, some days you might be confronted with your own house of flesh. And you do not need to enter the house of flesh. You can be your own person and wander through the woods and find where you need to be. So, Be who you are. And love who you are. And wander through the woods. And do not feel pressure to enter the woman's flesh house. All right. That was for all ages in Germany.
Okay, wow. That was something. Thank you so much for coming. I think we're gonna wrap this up. And it's pretty late in Germany, so I'm gonna say goodnight.
It's very early, actually. It's like 3 in the morning. I don't know.
Okay. Well, bye, Hans. Okay, that was super weird. Okay. All right. Well, I am gonna wrap this up. I have been given the honor tonight of doing the romper room, so very excited. All right, let me just get that banner up. All right, romper room. Oh, okay. No, I see it now. All right. All right. Someone just asked, is my hair green? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Let's see here. So, since we are saying who we are seeing, okay. All right. I see Austin. I see Kate. I see Andrew. I see Todd. I see Lori. I see Sean. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to say the one true Andrew. My apologies. I see Paul. And I see Amber. I see the other Andrew. I don't know. You're self-deprecating enough. We'll figure it out. I see Taz. I see. This is hard actually scrolling and doing this. Okay. All right. Well, actually, yeah. Kate says, I love that your hair matches the mirror, and that is very true, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. Well, I will sign off for the night. And I should say goodnight to you all so I can actually get some stuff read tonight, and we will see. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Since y'all are watching the video, you get to know one exciting thing before anyone else. Brennan and I are officially taking a week off. We're getting an actual vacation, obviously not going anywhere, but we're going to take off a few days in the first week of January. So the 31st to the 5th, we will not be at work. We won't miss any Wednesdays because there's the 30th and then there's the 6th, and we're all good there. So there isn't going to be like interruption in your services and all that jazz. So we'll have more details throughout the month, but just wanted you to know that we are actually going to get some time off. Yay! I'm very, very excited about that. Even just staying at home for a few days to recuperate, reset, especially after December, which, excuse me, which even this year, you know, holiday season in retail is still stressful, and it is for a lot of people. So we're very lucky that we can make that choice right now. Otherwise, everything is awesome and good at the store, and Max finally calmed down. He had the zoomies early on in the cast, but we're good now. So as last week, we'll be keeping the door locked, so just give us a knock knock, and we'll let you in, and everything will be good. Protect yourself, wear your mask, and be awesome. All right. Have a good night, everybody.